Let's get down to business. That's not the price. We want to destroy price. Wait a second. Let me make this. Can I make this bigger? If I make this bigger, will it screw up the regions of my window? Will it? I don't think I can make this bigger. Hang on a second. I'm so disorientated. All I know is I don't want to talk to Champ in Making over there. Also, I hope you're ready to like watch me like fail at this like ice block puzzle 5,000 times, because that's what's gonna happen. You have to think before you skate. Oh no, I just remembered what comes after this. After this, we're going to have like the also Jinx Queen. After this, we're going to have like the worst like rocket dungeon in history. Like, are you serious? Are you for real friends right now? Is this the generation where you can just like randomly thaw out? I can't remember. You better have burn heal. Like, after this comes the most like the longest, most soul-destroying rocket dungeon in Pokemon game history. That thing just goes on forever and ever and ever. You have the whole, like, Goldenrod radio tower, then you have that weird basement section. It just always feels like it takes forever, and I have to do that, like, switch puzzle that I'm never going to be able to solve in, like, a million years. Oh my god. Also, I completely forgot that I was, like, fucking level 45. Since when is the Dunsparce? It's level 45. I completely, like, disregarded that, even though I'm not surprised. Wasn't it, like, 2 months ago or more that I was able to stream last? Look at this, Border Patton just snowboarding in here like he owns the place. How ridiculous. Let's just, like, save our PP here and dig. So, Conan, I missed the end of the Final Fantasy IV stream last night. Am I correct in thinking that I still have a chance to finish Final Fantasy V before you finish Final Fantasy IV? Am I correct in that assumption based on the tweet that I saw you make? I think so far I've always been like lucky enough with my like timing that I've always managed to make like the end of one of your stream series. Like, funnily enough, I feel like I've always been lucky enough to be able to be there for like the ending. Oh, later tonight? Oh no. Maybe you don't want to do that later tonight. Maybe the best time to do that would be, I don't know, after I upload about another 10 parts of my Let's Play. This battle music is like way too like happy. This game is like the happiest battle music of all time. It's like, it's just so jolly. Yeah, I always end up coming for like the final scene or like the final credits or something, literally like every single time. Okay, well look, this is going badly already. I'm never going to be able to do this ice puzzle. We're never getting to the rocket hideout. This isn't happening. Wait a second. Wait a second. Now I see. Simple as that. I went on, like, spoilers for, like, upcoming Legends Arceus video. Like, in the latest Legends Arceus video that I recorded, it was, like, the unavoidable video where I talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and my opinions on them. And, like, one of the things I went off on was, like, one of the things that I went off on was, like, how, like, the gym, like, mini-game gimmick things are just, like, a pain in the ass. Like, I don't want them. Every time it's like, oh, time to challenge the next gym leader, and I'm like, what humiliating task will I have to complete this time? Wow, I bet you feel stupid now. Encore my thunder attack. Actually, like, I have recorded on Final Fantasy V up until, like, the next thing that I do is legit, like, me going into the interdimensional rift, so I don't know, like, how many, like, I've recorded up to, like, part 57 now, so I'm, like, I don't remember the interdimensional rift being that long as a dungeon. Like, I feel like there's probably going to be, like, about 5 more parts left in this thing. Yeah, olive rolling, sunflora, finding, hash slinging, cash ringing, all of that stuff. Wandering around, talking to people, trying to find out what the secret thing to order off the menu is. Let me think, what else can I think of? Pressing A on the only, like, interactable spot on the screen to find, like, the random, like, character that's hidden, like, where's Wally or whatever. The sunflowers were, like, the sunflowers just, like, they were, like, a 5-frame-a-second nightmare. Like, I don't know, there's, like, they were just very unpleasant. Just very unpleasant. And then what, that, like, zombie gym leader who has a whip shows up, and he's like, I'm gonna whip you. He's like, oh my god. It's just too much. Yeah, he had a whip, and he literally looks like a dead person. He looks like he actually had a whip. I don't know why he had a whip. For whipping kids, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Mayo, it's good to see you. I don't know, like, the stuff like that just seemed like so, the olive rolling, it just seemed so janky. It was just... Anyway, as I say, spoiler alert, I give my opinions on Scarlet and Violet in, like, that video, but, like, to be honest, don't worry, it's not going, just like always, I'm not going to, like, completely rag on it, but I'm also not going to give it a free pass. Like, my opinion on Pokemon Scarlet is, like, there's a lot there that I love, but there's also a lot there that I find, like, unsatisfying, and, like, the elements that I find really unsatisfying prevent me from really enjoying the parts that I love about it. I think that's, like, the best way that I can describe it. Like, I have this very kind of, like, polarized kind of, like, even I find it divisive for just myself. Like, it's a very strange feeling that I have towards those games. I can't really even... I even struggled to, like, push it into words in, like, the Legends Arceus video where I was talking about it, because it's just hard to describe. Also, pour one out for Cloyster, my favorite Pokemon of all time, since the my like, OG favorite Pokemon, literally, since day one. But yeah, like, I found it hard to kind of push into exact words. Like, I felt like, I think in summary, like, the way I felt was that, like, I loved all of the new Pokemon I loved. I loved that there was such an emphasis on cool new Pokemon and fun new Pokemon. I liked that it was, like, open world. I liked that the story was left very open for you to, like, concentrate on whatever you wanted to focus on. I loved all of that. But I just felt like the execution of quite a lot of it was kind of, like, a bit, like, ratchet, you know? Hey, Fury! This is the part where the HomePod downstairs thinks I'm talking to it. Every single stream it happens, you show up, and then, like, the HomePod thinks I'm talking to it. I'm so glad to hear you say that, because, like, that was exactly my big point. That was exactly my big point with, like, what stopped me really enjoying that was because, like, the fact that there was, like, no real level scaling in it meant that it made out that you were able to do everything in whatever order you wanted to. But, like, in reality, what happens is you end up doing, like, something, and then you get to the next gym leader, and then you get to the next gym leader, and wait a second, what am I doing here? I can't believe I figured it out already. You end up getting to the next gym leader, or the next, like, whatever Team Rocket battle or whatever, and it's like, oh, you're like 20 levels lower than I am or something, you know? So it's just like, that's what I mean. Like, I love all of the concepts of the game. Like, all of the concepts of the game, I'm 100% fully behind. It's just the execution of those concepts kind of leaves a lot to be desired sometimes. That's, like, exactly the way I feel about it, you know? Anyway. Time to take on Price and get it over and done with as quickly as possible, because goodness knows I can't wait to move on to the most exasperating rocket dungeon in Pokemon history. It had some good music, that's the thing. The other thing is, like, I felt that it was, like, a step backwards from Pokemon Shield in terms of, like, how much of, like, a personality the gym leaders have and things like that. Like, literally, like, the first gym leader, the bug gym leader, she just, like, shows up and you're like, oh, you're you, and then, like, you beat her and you're like, okay, bye, you know? That's pretty much it. Also, is the volume okay? Can you tell me if, like, the game audio, like, commentary balance is sufficient? But, and yeah, and it's like the gym leaders, they seem to have, like, some cool designs, but then they have some, I should be a bit louder. Okay, 2 seconds. I'll change the balance there. Is that better? This always happens. It's in, like, the battle themes that you notice it. But yeah, the gym leaders themselves, in and of themselves, they have, like, really cool designs, and the same with, like, the Team Star people. But then it's like they're so kind of, like, once off, you never really, like, see them again, or really very properly. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, you're you, I'm me, bye now, you know? Which is kind of, like, a shame. I really liked how in Pokemon Shield, the gym leaders were more part of the story, I guess. I thought that was, like, a slam dunk, you know? As well, you, like, know my thoughts about the whole, like, whatever it's even called, terrestrializing, or whatever it's called. Again, I think that's a really cool idea in terms of your Pokemon having, like, a third accessible type that would allow, like, for some strategy there in terms of, like, changing the type, or, like, you know, having access to, like, same type attack bonus for different moves or whatever. Especially for me, as, like, a whore for that kind of thing. Especially if it's, like, something that fits in with the way that you see that Pokemon, you know? Like, rather than it just being random, like, imagine, like, having, like, the ground Terra type Dunsparce, or the dragon Terra type Dunsparce or something. Or, like, stuff like that, or, like, the fairy Terra type, like, Pikachu or something. Like, that'd be cool, but I just cannot ignore how dumb it looks that they just have these big, stupid, like, Kirby hats on top of their heads. I just cannot get past it. It's shallow, I know, but I just cannot, like, get past it at all. Oh, we beat Price, by the way. That was, like, over in, like, 5 seconds. So yeah, there's, like, stuff like that that just kind of bothers me. Again, it's the same thing that I mean. Like, the concept I love, the execution is just leaves a lot to be desired. Oh, Professor Elm is calling. I keep forgetting that I named my character Hunspar. I called because something weird is happening with the radio broadcasts. They were talking about Team Rocket. Hunspar, do you know anything about it? Maybe Team Rocket has returned. Sorry to bug you, take care. Anyway, whatever. Do we really have to fight Team Rocket? Can we not just, like, continue with the story? All I want to do is become a Pokemon Master. I don't want a yummy rage candy bar. Go away. This guy is not going to let me leave until I beat Team Rocket. Also, I have no... Did I get, like, a flying Pokemon the last time? I can't remember. I feel like I must have to enable myself to fly. So yeah, that's like that. No, I didn't, obviously. Oh well, I guess we're walking to Goldenrod City. Professor Elm is one of those people that heard Orson Welles do War of the Worlds and is like, no, the aliens are invading. It's like, that's not... Speaking of Team Rocket, I had like another... Do you know the way like my thing now is like thinking up ideas for gimmicky Pokemon runs and then like just like not doing them forever, thinking up so many different type like gimmicks of runs that I will never actually get through all of them, right? Especially when it takes me like 6 months to do one run of Dunsparce or whatever. There's Suicune in there, thinking it's all that. Well, I had like the best idea and I really wanted to make it work. The idea that I had like yesterday randomly out of nowhere was I'd love to do you know the way like my first Pokemon LP was like the Pokemon Yellow Let's Play where I got like all of the Pokemon that Ash had in the anime. It was like the anime run or whatever, especially because like Pokemon Yellow is so geared around that, right? Well, I had this like great idea that I'd love to like flip it around and I'd love to like try and do Pokemon Yellow with like the Team Rocket Pokemon team. I was like, wouldn't that be such like a fun idea? Are we going to be able to get back to Goldenrod City? Yeah, we just need to go through the national park. So like, and my idea was that I'd use, so get this, my idea that I would do is that I would like, well, I have two ideas. Like, there are like certain emulators that you can use where you can actually trade with them. So you can open like 2 windows and you can trade between them, right? So my idea there was that like I'd use an emulator, and what I'd do is I'd I'd do it on like Pokemon Yellow, and I'd like use the other way you can use like the Pokemon randomizer to change what your starter Pokemon is, and instead of Pikachu, I'd set it to start with Meowth, and I'd set the rival to start with Pikachu instead of Eevee. So that was my idea, right? What a brilliant idea. And then that I'd use like the trade functionality, because like in Pokemon Yellow, the only Pokemon you can't get that would be like part of the Team Rocket team would be Ekans. So I'd use that to like trade between Pokemon Red and Pokemon Yellow or something like that in order to be able to get the whole team. And like my other idea would be that I'd just like do it on Pokemon Red or something like that on the cartridge using my Nintendo 64 and trade like a Meowth and a Bellsprout to Pokemon Red using like my 2 transfer packs or whatever. So those were my 2 ideas. But I was like, how cool would that be if you do it like you'd have like, what like an amazing team. You'd have like Meowth, Victory Bell. Wait a second, I can't get in here. Oh, that's the GTS. I keep thinking that's like the radio tower. So are you the radio tower? Yeah, there we go. So like you'd have like Meowth, you'd have Victory Bell, you'd have Lickitung, the most amazing Pokemon of all time. You'd have Arbok and Weezing. And you'd have Growlithe. What? How come I can't get in here? What? I don't remember this at all. They're like, okay, you can't, like, on Wednesdays we wear pink, literally. You can't sit with us. What do I do next? Asking for a friend. Who can hook me up with some Pokemon, with some Team Rocket outfits? Maybe I should have listened to Professor Elm the whole time. The underground, thank you. Fury, what would I do without you, right? That's it. And then, like, while I was researching that, I also found that there was a, oh, I'm literally I'm becoming extremized. I've become extremized. This is great. Can I just, like, look like this all the time? So while I was researching, like, for, like, this, like, Pokemon Yellow Team Rocket run or whatever that I was, like, thinking of embarking on in 5 years' time when I finally get around to it. While I was researching that, I actually found, like, out that there's, like, this really cool... Oh my god, it's Geo! I forgot that his name is Geo because he's, like... Giovanni. He's like the bastard son of Mars and Giovanni. Oh my god. Huh? Are you Dunsparce? What are you doing here? You think you're strong now that you look like that? Geo legit is like... I thought you were supposed to be the good guy and now you've joined Team Rocket. You and your Dunsparce? Oh my god. But yeah, I found out while I was researching that there's, like, actually, like, a ROM hack, like a Team Rocket ROM hack. Hey, Sean. It's good to see you. I found out that there's, like, a Team Rocket ROM hack where, like, you play as, like, a Team Rocket grunt, and, like, when you beat a trainer's Pokemon, you're able to, like, steal one of them. I was like, what the hell? That seems, like, so cool. I think it's like Pokemon Fire Red Rocket or something like that. I was like, that seems like such a blast. Can you imagine? Yeah, so Sean, if you missed, like, the context, I thought of another, like, ridiculous gimmick run for as another excuse for me to let's play another Gen 1 Pokemon game. I was going to do, like, the Team Rocket team from the cartoon. Pokemon Coliseum is the other Pokemon game I'd love to let's play. As I say, like, maybe in 5 years when I finally finish Legends Arceus, because, like, the way things are going, that let's play is going to be like 500 parts long, I swear. A typical idea of the meek. They say the meek shall inherit. There's, like, this bizarre song in Little Shop of Horrors that's like, they say the meek shall inherit. I would have to defeat the Dragon Tamer. Lance. Was Lance A tier or Pipit tier? I can't remember. He must have been one or the other. I can't believe I rated Lance higher than Steven Stone. Like, that's like my life's shame is like rating Steven Stone as B or whatever I put him as. I'll never live it down. I'll be ostracized. So yeah. I still haven't, like, that's the thing, I still haven't even finished Pokemon Scarlet. Like, it's kind of weird, there's, like, nothing kind of, like, really telling me, I have to play that game. Like, with Legends Arceus, I was, like, couldn't wait to get home and play it, you know? And with Scarlet, as I say, it's just kind of, like, I'm, like, very, like, divided on it. It's just kind of, like, there's, as I say, like, the parts that I love, it's hard to love them because of, like, the execution of them, if you know what I mean. I just don't understand how a game like Legends Arceus can look so beautiful, and a game like Pokemon Scarlet cannot. I also can't understand why they would, like small little things that, like, technically shouldn't mean much, but are just annoying. Like, why can I not change, like, Why can I not... Why do I only have, like, the choice of 4 school uniforms? I know it's, like, story crap. Like, it's because I'm a student. But, like, come on. Like, Pokemon Shield, Sword and Shield were so cool because of, like, all the different outfits you could have and stuff like that. And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have, like, loads of different hats and scarves and shoes and backpacks and things. But the thing is, like, I don't want to wear any of them because they all look stupid when you put them on my stupid school uniform. Yeah, and Legends Arceus as well. It was, like, full-on fashion. And, like, I don't know, there's just stuff that, like, seems, like, annoyingly not cool, you know? That's, like, my main problem with it. It's just, like, whatever. And, like, the world, I love the big open world, but there's, like, a lot of it where I'm just, like, it feels kind of, like, empty and featureless, whereas, like, Legends Arceus is, like, so, it's just so beautiful and, like, tactile and just has such, like, personality and charm, you know? I don't know. The other thing, like, this is the other thing that I don't think I went into much detail on in the Legends Arceus video where I was talking about this, where I was giving my thoughts. But the other thing is that, like, I kind of miss, like, the emphasis on battling trainers, because it feels like obviously battling trainers is literally an option in Scarlet and Violet. Like, you don't even have to do it, right, if you don't want to. It's like... And I don't really like that, to be honest. It's just kind of like... And then, like, even when you do battle a trainer, I feel like 9 times out of 10, they just have one Pokemon. And, like, by the time the battle starts, it's over, you know? It's like, since when did we decide that, like, battling Pokemon was so unimportant to a Pokemon game, you know? It's just not cool, you know? It's just not cool. It, like, makes me feel sad, because I think the games, like, have so much potential that they deserve to be, like, better executed, if you know what I mean. That's, like, the way it feels, you know? Also, the NPCs are crazy, because you'll fight some, like, 300-pound, like, 50-year-old man, and it'll be like, this is Student Walter, and I'm like, what? It's just, like, crazy. Oh my god. I just don't, like, I just, like, and it, like, you guys know me, you've heard me, like, critique games before a lot, right? And I've admitted to not being the fairest critic sometimes, like, and I've called myself out when I haven't been fair on a game when I've critiqued it in the past as well, you know? Especially things like Mario Odyssey, I think, is, like, the best example of that, right? But, like, and one of the things that I never, like, hardly ever critique a game on is its kind of, like, is its performance. And, like, usually I kind of give a game a pass on performance as long as it's fun to play. You know, that kind of way I'm like, okay, well, it's fun to play. The performance doesn't get in the way of my enjoyment, so, you know, who cares, right? Pokemon Scarlet is, like, one of the first times I've actually felt, like, while playing a game, that I've kind of, like, been like, okay, how long everything takes is, like, is affecting my ability to enjoy it. And it's not even like it's the kind of frame ratey stuff, but it's also just the kind of, like, how long everything takes. Like, it feels like everything drags a little bit. Like, when you're in a Pokemon battle, it feels like it feels like the game is, like, dragging its feet to allow itself the time to be able to catch up on itself, if you know what I mean. Like, that's a very weird way to say it, but, like, it's just, like, I don't know. It like, as I say, it, like, affects my ability to enjoy the game as much as I feel like I could. And there's also, like, some other, like, kind of annoying stuff. Like, the amount that's, like, so easy to... That's so, like, easy to fix as well. Like, the... Like, there's stuff that's, like, that would be, like, so easy to fix. Like, What was the... I thought of something and then I got distracted and I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, like when you like accidentally run into a Pokemon and then you either beat it or you run away, like while you're in the battle with that Pokemon, something else can just run up to you in the background while the battle is still active. And then like as soon as you like leave the battle with Pokemon X, like Pokemon Y, the battle will just start and you just end up in this like death spiral of like random of like encounters because things just keep like walking over and starting battles, you know? Like that's not actually that hard to fix, you know? You just like give a certain kind of like couple of frames of like invisibility so you're able to like kind of move on and decide whether you want to fight the thing or not, you know? It's not that complicated, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm being unfair with that, you know, that kind of way. Like, as I say, what I always try to do is like call out the things that I love about something and the things that cause me not to love it so much, you know? And like my main beef with like Pokemon Scarlet is that I'm like my main beef with Pokemon Scarlet is that I wish I could like enjoy it more because it seems like the kind of Pokemon I'd love to enjoy, Pokemon game I'd love to be able to enjoy more, you know? Yeah, exactly. They just like all like they just like walk right through you. It's like, hey everybody, I'm trying to have a battle here, and some Pokemon is just like moseying on in. Hey Austin, how are you doing? But yeah, can we talk though about like how cool so many of the new Pokemon are? Whoa, Glitch City. Like, can we talk about how cool some of the new Pokemon are? That's like the thing that really excited me about that game. Like, I was so glad that I kept spoiler free. Like, literally the only content that I had seen was like the first reveal trailer where they showed the starters and like a little bit of Paldea. And also the I've seen I'd seen like the reveal trailer, and also I'd randomly seen Professor Jacques like randomly on Twitter, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So like that was all I knew about the games, and I'd like so intentionally remained ignorant to the to any new Pokemon and stuff like that. And I was so glad that I did, because I really had the experience that I wished that I'd have, which was that like every couple of minutes I was like, what's that thing? What's that thing? What the hell are you? You know? And like that felt like so exciting, especially because like it just happened to be the case that the games like put such a huge emphasis on new Pokemon. Like they added so many new Pokemon to that game and put a huge emphasis on that being a big part of it. So like the fact that I had like remained spoiler free was huge. Like I feel like if I had like managed to remain spoiler free for like Sword and Shield, I don't think like the impact would have been as much, because in the grand scheme of things they didn't really add all that much, you know. They added quite a bit, but not like loads and loads, not on the same scale as Scarlet and Violet. So, but like this time I was like, oh my god, what's that weird little mushroom thing? What's this thing? Oh my god, brown Wooper? Oh my god, you know, there was just like, what's that little dog? What's that other weird little dog that looks like its head's on backwards? Like there's just all this cool stuff that I like randomly you'd keep seeing. Like, what's that weird looking crab that just looks like all crazy? I don't know. And like, I loved that experience. It was so fun. And there were so many like new Pokemon that I loved in that game. And the designs were just great. Like, sorry, but Clodsire, Dunsparce, need I say more? I have yet to see and I've heard that there's like, that there's the option, like there's the chance that you'll have like a 3-segmented Dunsparce, and I'm like, oh my god. I live for the day I can see a 3-segmented Dunsparce. I'm trying to think. This is not the radio tower. Yes, Tinkaton is cool. There are so many cool Pokemon though. Like I love that that dog with the. I love that dog with the with like its head on backwards, and then it evolves into like the big like old sad looking dog that Arvin has, Mabosp staff or whatever it's called. I love how like Mayo's and Austin's like messages there are just like part 1, part 2. You know, like. Also, like the what was I going to say? The only thing that popped into my head was Clodsire, because Clodsire is so fucking amazing. Also, I kind of love, so this new idea that they had, right? Like, completely, like, threw me for a loop. This new idea that they've had, instead of having, like, regional forms, of having just Pokemon that seem like they're in the same, like, family as other Pokemon, if you know what I mean. This is, like, a weird way to say it. But you know the way they had, like, Wiglet and Wug Trio? What a name, by the way, Wug Trio. It's like, I can't say it without saying it like that. Like, whoa. Like, it's so weird. But, like, Wug Trio. And, like, there's, like, Toad's School and whatever. Like, I kind of dig this cool idea. Like, it's a really, like, and just another kind of interesting way to inject some interest into other Pokemon, you know, from previous generations, rather than them just being like regional forms or whatever, because it's like they're the same but different, you know. Toad School, I was like, what the hell are you? I kept seeing it like on my map. It took me so long to find it, right? Because I kept seeing it on my map and I was like, is that like some weird like steel type Tentacool that's just like floating around somewhere? I was looking for it everywhere. And then, like, I randomly found it, like, under a tree. And I was like, what the hell are you? Toad School? It's just bizarre. It's just a bizarre thing. So, wait a second. Can I call out what the most, like, beautiful, like, adorable Pokemon is that... Oh my god, this thing levitates? Fuck me. Can I call out what the most beautiful, adorable, amazing Pokemon is that they've added in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Like, there's only one right answer to this, and it's like that little... Like that whale that looks like an aeroplane. Like that that weird little thing with like its weird little mouth and its weird little, it has like a cleft palate. Like, it's just like, that's the only way I can describe it. It's just kind of like adorable. Like, it's an amazing thing. It's just so cute, and it just like waddles around all blissfully unaware of how derpy it looks. It's just like so adorable. He's up on the 5th floor. Oh, bingo, the card key opened the door. Where the fuck am I supposed to get one of them? Yeah, the ice one, Citadel, that's its name. Where do I get the card key? Oh, up here. It's literally like one of the most adorable Pokemon. It's like, it's so like blissfully unaware of how derpy it looks. It's cute. It's just so cute. It's the cutest Pokemon ever made. And I love that it's like a little aeroplane whale or something. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just cute. It's the most adorable Pokemon of all time. It's like, who could not love it? Like, anybody who sees this thing must instantly fall in love with it. That's how amazing it is. I'm trying to like remember what my team was. Like the last time I played Pokemon Scarlet was like 2 weeks ago. And I can't remember what team I had. Well, I definitely had like that one that the evolution of Fuecoco, whatever it's called. The one that just looks like a clown. Like then there's like I had Dunsparce. Is that even a surprise? That I had Dunsparce. Crocalore, that's its name. Crocalore. Crocalore just sounds like some sort of baddie from He-Man. That's all it sounds like. Skeledirge, that's its name. Skeledirge, that's the one. The one that sings, right? More like Goggalore. It is more like Goggalore. So I had that, I had Dunsparce. I can't even remember what else I had. Oh my god, Porygon represent. Honestly, I'm like struggling to think of like what. Well, I had Clodsire, obviously, that goes without saying. I had Clodsire. I have that like one, the one that the Minecraft mushroom one. I have like the second form of that, the one that's like that just looks like a cow, like a cube-shaped cow. Oh my god, is this DJ Mary? Help me. Yeah, the rock salt one. Yeah, Knackle Stack. That's it. Also, like, Knackle is like the most, is like, it's like a tour de force of a Pokemon name. Like, I love how there's just this little, like, rock salt mushroom. It's literally just like a little QB mushroom. It's adorable. I think it's like an amazing, like, Pokemon design, first of all, because it's so simple but so effective, right? And I can't believe its name is Knackle, which is literally just like NaCl for sodium chloride because it's like a salt thing. Knackley, that's it, Knackley. Same thing. I can't believe it's like called like NaCl and then just an I. Like it's a sodium chloride thing. And then Knackle Stack is just like salt stack. Like I just think it's so cool. Like it's like a great design. Yeah, the last one is like just like a big golem thing. It's terrifying. It's like the destroyer of worlds. Also, what's up with it having a move that literally just like desiccates you with salt? It's just like a bizarre idea. Mousehold is beautiful. Like I thought like that's the thing. Like the Pokemon designs in Scarlet and Violet are just so like. They're just like good old-fashioned, like clever designs. Endeavor, do I want to learn that? No. I always get mixed up between Endeavor and Facade. But like, the one that I love is Facade. I had like, I did run like a Clefable one time with that kind of like Toxic Orb Facade kind of thing. And I loved it. It's alright. But yeah, like Tandemouse and Mousehold, I just think they're such like a clever little idea. Like, they're just good. And then I kind of love that like ghost type dog Pokemon. There's like Houndstone is like the skeleton one. It's fucking scary as hell. Like that one Houndstone, the like skeleton tombstone grave dog, is fucking terrifying. Like, that's a scary looking Pokemon. It literally looks like if they... Like, it literally looks like some sort of, like, bloodborne, like, monster or something that just turned into a Pokemon or something. It's just scary. Oh, does it? It's been banned? Well, like, it's probably like that one, is it, that does, like, a fuck ton of damage based on how many dead party members you have, isn't it? Yeah, Last Respect. There are some, like, crazy new moves in that game. Like, that one, is it called Rage Fist or whatever? That Annihilate Pokemon is fucking badass as well. Like, that thing is so cool. I'm busy impersonating I mean, who are you? Oh, it's you again, Hunspar. Petrol. What? I don't have enough PP. Do I have enough PP to even beat this guy? I hope so. Speaking of petrol, the like on that thing that I was seeing, the Team Rocket, the Team Rocket like ROM hack, like Fire Red Rocket or whatever, like instead of Professor Oak introducing you to the world of Pokemon, it's Petrol from like HeartGold and Soul Silver, so you just see his weird like hunchy form on the screen going like, welcome to the world of Pokemon. I love how Meowscarada or whatever it's called, the grass like final starter, is literally like a Nights into Dreams character. Like, it's just cool, you know. Palafin, I love. Like, Palafin is just like, I stand Palafin as well. Another like great like Pokemon idea. I love that belly bolt Pokemon. I adore it. Like, it's just another one of those like goofy looking things that's just kind of like adorable. I don't know. I like the Fuecoco final I like the Fuecoco final evolution, Skeledirge. I like their designs. The one thing that's like obvious is that like the water one, like Quaxley, has like the worst final evolution of all of them. It is like fucking awful. Will you stop smoke screening me? Well, I guess this is what's going to answer my question of do I have enough PP to finish this battle. I hate that like water. It's so dumb. It just looks like since when do the water Pokemon final evolutions just have to look like a person? Like, do I have any elixirs? Do I? No. Ether, please. On what has like technically Fire Blast has better accuracy, right? Ah, what did I do? I don't know what I did there. Ah! Sorry, I'm like experiencing technical difficulties. Oh my god. I'm never going to be able to beat this thing. Thank you. It's just like an ungainly shape. Like, that's the best word I can think of. Like, that like water starter final evolution, it just has like, it's just like a wrong shape or something like that. It's just like, hey Petrol, the ocean call is running out of coughing. How many like fucking how many of these fucking things do you have? Jesus. Oh my god. But yeah, it's just like, it's just a wrong looking shape. Like, I don't know. It's just bad. I guess like the water Pokemon starters have always had like been like really cool, so I guess they decided they just had to get fucked over 2 generations in a row with some like really weird, like awkward looking final evolution. Oh, I guess you are a nice guy. Dunsparce obtains the basement key. Ugh, what the hell is wrong with Lyra now? Yeah, I like to kind of try and, like... It's funny, I like to kind of try and explore with, like, new Pokemon and try and find new favorites. But then always there's, like, some random, like, old Pokemon, like, from a previous generation that I see that I haven't seen in ages. And I'm like, oh my god, I need to have it on my team. Like, that was Hoppip this time around. I saw Hoppip and I was like, I can't believe it's been so long since I was treated to the majesty of Hoppip. And I had to have it. Like, I like, low-key love Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff. They're just another great Pokemon design. Yeah, Primarina you've got to love. Like, when you think about it, like, Blastoise, like, is badass. Feraligatr, badass. Swampert, kind of, like, fugly. Empoleon, kicks ass. What's the Generation 5 one, then? What is the... Oh no, Smelly Dog. Smelly Dog. How could I forget Smelly Dog? What do I keep, like, pressing here that, like, gets me so, like, twisted? I forgot... How could I forget Smelly Dog? No, I don't want to withdraw you. I'm trying to deposit... Dunsparce so that it stops asking me if I want to switch out to it. I love the Girafarig for Farigiraf or whatever. I love the Farigiraf. Again, it's like what people have wanted for so long, you know? And like I was saying at the start with like the Dunsparce evolution, I kind of love that they just embraced like the prospect of having like a really kind of like meme-y evolution for this thing. Like I was saying at the start, like when Conan was here, like you had 2 options with that. Like your options were either like make it like a badass kind of like dragon destroyer of worlds Pokemon or something, or else make it like a meme. And like I'm kind of glad that they made it just made it a meme. It's just funny. Like Dunsparce, it's just crazy. This doesn't look like the end of the Goldenrod Tunnel. This is like a fucking art gallery. Where's the end of the Goldenrod Tunnel? Wow, stop touching that, whatever it is. I keep, like, touching something. And then it, like... Oh no, it's like Memoirs of a Geisha all over again. Are they going to try and, like, put me under duress to fight and catch Suicune or some crap? This rocket hideout isn't, like, annoying me as much as I remember it doing. For some reason, I remember in, like, when I did, like, my Pokemon Silver LP, I remember getting so, like, this place feeling like it took so long. Like, I remember feeling like it was just taking forever. But yeah, it's actually alright. Sorry, I'm like pouring more water. Ooh, Shadow Sneak Gardevoir. I was wondering when you were going to show up. I was like, doesn't Geo show up all randomly? Well, oh my god, Lance never showed up to his date with Geo. It is very bubbly, it's very fizzy. I love how, like, I'm such, like, a big fucking bully going around destroying everyone with, like, this level 50 Dunsparce. I told you, this is what happens in these, like, solo Pokemon runs. They just end up, like, you end up getting, like, one Pokemon gets all of the experience. And you just end up being, like, crazy over-leveled at one point. Which, to be honest, is no harm, really. It's gonna take me a lot. It's gonna take a lot to get me away from Fire Blast and Thunder. Like, I'm loving the type coverage I've got going here with these two things. I don't think there are any, like, what's the next, like, new, like, Nintendo Switch game that's coming out? I can't even remember what it is. I actually can't even think. Well, I suppose there's, like, Pikmin 3, like, not Pikmin 3. There's Pikmin 4, like, on the horizon, but that's not for ages. Like, Pikmin 4 and, like, Breath of the Wild Tragic Kingdom, or whatever it's called, like, they're on the cards for next year at some stage. Yeah, that's what it's called. Tears of the Kingdom. I can't, like, that's another name where I just can't, like, keep it in my head. Like, Age of Arceus, like, I keep calling it that. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Get Engaged. That's what... There's that one. Oh my god, Curse, my weakness. Curse, the move that absolutely destroys me because I only have one Pokemon. Like, getting hit by Curse with this, like, one Pokemon setup is like getting, like, hit by whatever Doom or Death or whatever, the one that starts the 30-second countdown in Final Fantasy. Is what that Lance guy said true? That I don't treat Pokemon properly? Love, trust. Are they really what I lack? Keeping me from winning? I just don't understand. But it's not going to end here. Not now. Not because of this. I've got to go. I've got to leave. I've got to leave. Death, that's the one. Doom is the one that just kills you, isn't it? Level 5 Doom, my favorite attack. Octopath 2! How could I forget? Octopath 2, let's go! Octopath Traveler is like the RPG that was made for people like me who play like an hour of an RPG every 3 months or something. like, it's actually like so true. Like, I firmly believe the reason why I was able to stick with like Octopath Traveler like so much was because like was because I was able to like come back to it every couple of months and like just like step right into it all over again. It's so good. I loved Octopath Traveler. That's another game I'd love to let's play sometime because it's just so good. It's just like a good old-fashioned JRPG. There's not too much no, why did I dig on you? There's not like too much emphasis on... Oh, well, I guess now I'm a genius, right? No, what it is that, like, because of the way the game is constructed, that it's, like, so, obviously, there's 8 overall stories, 1 per character, right? Bye, Conan. I might, if you're still streaming when I finish this, I might be there just in time for the end credits, as usual, to continue the tradition. But yeah, like, it's because of the way the game is structured. Like, it's structured into 8 stories, That they are the titular octopaths, you know. And each of those like stories is in like 5 chapters or something like that. Yeah, it's not that there's like 8 paths. It's that there's like 8 different stories that you're like playing through, and each of one per character, and like you're playing through them at the same time, you know. So like basically what you'll do is you'll pick like one main character right at the start. Like you'll pick like one main character at the start that's going to be like the character that you follow primarily, right? And that's always in your party. And then like let's say you go like, so you'll do, let's say like Therion is one of the characters, right? So you, like I picked Therion, which to be honest I thought was a really good idea. He's like the thief character. So like you'll do his chapter 1, and then like the thing is like to do Therion chapter 2 will be like, to do Therion chapter 2 you'll be under leveled for it. So instead you go and do like, let's say Hannet chapter 1, and you get her into your party, right, as a playable character, and then so you go do like the next chapter 1 for the next character, or maybe you go and do chapter 2 for one of the characters or whatever. Like that's kind of like the way it works. So there's like, I think if I remember correctly, there's like 8 characters, right? So 8 stories, and each of those stories has like 5 chapters, but you kind of do them kind of in whatever order you want. Now they'll have different levels, and the game does a really good job. It actually tells you suggested level for this chapter and that chapter or whatever. So like you can actually gauge yourself, okay, I want to do this next or that next or whatever. So what it meant is that like every time I picked it up, I was like able to say, oh, I will just do that chapter, and it's like really so you were able to just do like a couple of chapters and then maybe like put the game down again for another while and come back to it. It was like I like that kind of structure for someone like me who finds it hard to invest like a lot of time consistently into one RPG. Like I found that really, really good. And like I love that the characters, like their characterization, like for a game where like the story is kind of good, it's all right. It's kind of all right and brilliant at the same time, you know, like because like technically like when like you really start to kind of get a glimpse of like, it seems like all 8 of the stories are completely separate from one another, right? But actually, like, the further you get into them, when you get right up to the end, you start to kind of get a glimpse at how they're actually somewhat linked together, right? And it's also the fact that, like, it has, like, my favorite system of all time, which is kind of like a job-based system, where obviously, like, you have... each character is based on a different job class. Like, you have Therion as kind of like a thief, you have Primrose, who's like a dancer class, you have Hannish, who's like a huntress. But they all have completely different, like, ways that they influence your like, style of play or whatever. Which I found really, really cool. So, like, for example, like, Therion's big thing is being able to, like, steal and pass on. Like, it has, like, the similar system to Bravely Default, where it has the kind of, like, the boost, kind of, like, where you build up points and then you're able to boost to make your attacks even more powerful or use multiple attacks and stuff like that. So, like, Therion is able to, like, to steal HP, or he's able to pass on, like, boost points onto other characters and all the rest of it. So, like, that's just an example of how, like, you can use, like, one character's abilities to, like, fit into your strategy or whatever. And then, like, at a certain point, you get the ability, like bit by bit, to be able to, like, apply other jobs, like, other, like, classes to, like, your other class. So you can have, like, let's say Therion be a thief, but with, like, wizard abilities as well, you know? So it's all about kind of combining them in the way that you like, which, seeing as you've seen me play Final Fantasy V, you know that I love that kind of freedom, or that kind of, like, that kind of scope of being able to like, draft your party in that way. So I just, like, I can't say enough good things about it, really, to be honest. It's just, like, it's a really brilliant game. Can someone please tell me how to do this? please. How do I, like, do this thing? Did I do it? Maybe. Is that it? Please? No, Amanda, please. Is that it? Please? Yes! Oh my god. I never know what to do with these, like... Watch now, I don't have enough PP to fight this goon. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, like, I found that, like, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age, or International, or whatever it's called, I found that, like, really stressful, because, like, it wasn't like Final Fantasy 5, where you can kind of, like, dip in and out of different jobs, and, like, build them up a little bit, and take this from that job, and that from this from the other job. It was more kind of like, you actually have to make a decision on what, like, jobs your characters are going to have, and kind of commit to it. Now, obviously, they added that, like, feature where you can kind of, like, redraft all of your ability points or license points or whatever. But it's still, like, I found that really stressful, because I was like, oh my god, I need to, like, I have this many characters, I have this many jobs, I need to figure out which are the jobs that I'm going to give these characters, and it needs to be the right decision. And I'm like, oh my god, that's just the kind of thing that, like, for someone like me, I get, like, really, like I get analysis paralysis. I really, really do. I remember, like, going crazy, like, the last time I was playing Final Fantasy 12, when I was playing it on Switch, going crazy, like, researching what way I want to, like, put my party together, and I was like, that stopped it being as fun as I hoped that it would be, if you know what I mean. Because it's like, how can you know? It's really that thing where it's like, how can you, like, really... Like, at the very start of the game, when you're picking your class, like, let's say you say, like, oh, I want, like... And the other thing is, like, for me, there's a certain point where there's a certain degree where I want the classes I pick to make sense for the characters, you know? Like, I want Fran to be an archer. It's like, it's meant to be. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, technically, even if there's, like, a better option there, it's like, I still want it to make sense in terms of the story. But it's like, from when you're starting the game, how are you supposed to be able to decide based on, like, something that might be at the end of the license board or whatever, what's the best thing for your characters? I almost feel like it's strange, because I don't feel like I liked the original system better, where it was just everyone had the same license board, and everything always changes and everything stays the same, you know, where it was kind of irrelevant. But, like, at the same time, I feel like I don't really love the Zodiac job system either. I think it's better, but it's also, like, as I say, I got, like, severe, like, analysis paralysis from it, which I don't think is, like, the point. I don't think that's what they wanted, really. But that's the way it kind of, like, ended up being for me. Are you able to buy ethers in this game? Because if I'm, like, going up against the Elite Four and having to fight the 4 Elite Four and Lance, I'm going to need more than 5 Fire Blasts, 10 Thunders, and 10 Dig attacks. Like, seriously? I also might, like, teach myself Ice Beam, just because Ice is, like, just to be able to deal with, like, Lance. Like, honestly, like, just purely to be able to fight Lance. Or Blizzard, even. I mean, Blizzard is, like... Is this the generation where they, like, fucked everyone over and reduced the power of, like, Blizzard to 110 instead of 120? I really like the Gambit setup. Like, I think there's, like, a big, like... There's, like, a heavy... Not, like, barrier to entry, but, like, it's, like, if you don't, like, get it, it can be a little bit, like, confusing. Because you're basically, like, programming your party. But I do love it. I don't know, I think Final Fantasy 12 is definitely that game where you get, like, into the groove with it, and then it just, like, flows, but sometimes to get yourself into that groove can be hard. I think that's why it's, like, probably the Final Fantasy game I've started and not finished the most. Like, I have finished it in the past, but it's definitely the Final Fantasy game that I've started the most times, got to a certain point, and then come back to it later and being like, I have no fucking clue what I was doing, I can't remember how to play this game, I can't remember what gambits I had set up, I can't remember what I was doing with the license board, and then I end up, like, starting the game all over again because, like, I couldn't remember what I was doing or how to do it. Even if I could remember what I was doing, I wouldn't have remembered how to do it, you know? But, like, I think, like, all of, like, the mechanics, like, I think are... Like, I think there's stuff that kind of, like, that I don't think is, like, amazing. Hey, I'm Polo, how are you? But, like, all of that stuff, like, whatever you could kind of, like, poo-poo and critique or whatever, is all secondary to, like, the majesty and scale of that game. Like, it's a beautiful game. Even now, like, years and years and years and years and years later, it still holds up as being, like, just majestically beautiful in its scale, and in, like, the areas, the music, the atmospheres, like the creature designs. We're talking about Final Fantasy 12, the other game I, like, wax lyrical about so much. So, like, and I just love how much of game there is there. That's the other thing I love about it. Like, there's the story, obviously. It like, the way, like, what I love about Final Fantasy 12 is almost like what I love about like Majora's Mask, where, like, there's a good story there, there's a good main story there, but really, like, you come for the story and you stay for, like, the monumental amount of, like, side content that you can just get lost in and explore, and I really love that. We've got quite a lot of HP, don't we? 189 HP. Like, there's something I adore about, like all of the marks and, like, and hunts and things like that almost feel like little puzzles, you know? They almost feel like little puzzles, like, how would you take this thing out? Because they're always challenging. Like, Final Fantasy, a lot of the bosses in Final Fantasy 12, like, you see me, like, playing Final Fantasy 5 like a gorilla, just being like, hit, rapid fire meteor, blah blah blah. Like, that's the way that's the way I play games a lot of the time. You cannot play Final Fantasy 12 like a gorilla. You actually just can't. Like, that game will just wipe the floor with you if you try to play it like that. Thanks, Macho. Like, all of the various bosses and hunts and things like that, as I say, they're almost like a puzzle that it wants you to solve, you know? This is, like, an interesting... How did I never come back here? Because it's usually, like, like, you can brute force it, maybe, but usually, like, the game will be like, there'll be various status conditions that will make your life an awful lot easier against them. There'll be certain, like, timing things that you want to get right to fight against them and stuff like that. And I really love that. As I say, it almost, like, turns the boss battles into a puzzle, you know? Like, you're going to get your ass kicked at some point there. Oh my god, I love this music. This kind of, like, really, like... This really, like, sweet, chill, relaxing version of the Pokémon music. There's something almost like Gen 3 about this track. Do you get what I'm saying? I know what it is. It's because this track was introduced in Generation 3, so it has that same kind of, like, tonality. Oh, sorry, I sneezed. I think it's, like, almost like the tonality and, like, the chord progressions, it really has, like, that real Ruby and Sapphire vibe. But, like, it was introduced in that generation, so then it's obvious. But isn't that so interesting how like a game can have like a certain character to its composition? I guess, well, it's the same composer that does it all for each game, you know? And they'll have their own kind of like approach for that. Oh, the Gen 3 soundtrack is so good. You've got to love it. Some of my favorite tracks in Pokemon history are from Ruby and Sapphire. Like, I keep coming back to Verdanturf Town. It's just so beautiful. But yeah, so that's Final Fantasy 12. I don't know, I just kind of love it, you know, it's just a great game. Just like, as I say, the scale of like all of the stuff to do in it is just like, as I say, it's like funny, but I'd compare it to, I think like the best game to compare it to is like, bingo, the card key opened the door. It's like Majora's Mask in that way. Because yeah, there's like a cool main story, but the main storyline of that game is literally like 50% of the game. Or like 40, like I don't think that's even an exaggeration. Like the main story is a lot, there's a lot there. Actually as well, the other thing about like Final Fantasy 12 is just how strong the plot is. Like, it has this really like well put together sort of like political horror kind of like plot going on. Just like Revenge of the Sith, the best Star Wars film, right? Like, it just has this really well crafted kind of story that you can really get behind, you know, and that just like develops really effectively. It's so good. The only thing that like doesn't, like, again, like the only thing that doesn't make sense about like the story in Final Fantasy 12 is like what Van and Pinello are doing there. Like, that's the only thing that's like random about the story in Final Fantasy 12. The rest, it just like makes so much sense otherwise. What did you say your name was? Proton? Have we fought you already? Yeah, your name is Proton. I can't remember whether we fought you yet, Ethan. Executive Proton. It has like such an impressive scale. Well, this isn't great. Who cares? I've 181 HP. Hang on a second, did that like Sucker Punch by that Raticate literally do like 8 HP? I feel like that Sucker Punch did like 8 HP. I still haven't really played 15 in totality. I feel like I'd like it if I did, but I just haven't. I have it on the PC, I should probably like play it. One of the other 50 RPGs that I never play, that I never finish. Instead, I'll just spend my life starting Final Fantasy 12 and over again in like a death loop. Yeah, it's a big game in Polo. And like the other thing is, like I was saying earlier, it's not the kind of game that's easy to kind of like put down for like a month or two and then come back to. Like, because of like the way that it has such like a unique system in terms of how you set it up and how you play it, that like that's the reason why I keep like, whenever I feel like playing it, it's impossible for me to like go back to playing whatever file I was playing on it already, because like it's impossible for me to go back to whatever file I was. How did that do so much damage? What the hell? I'm dying? What happened to my 189 HP? Do I have a full restore? Max potion? Oh my god. But yeah, it's like, it's hard to like go back to like the original save file that you've been working on, because the play style of it is so kind of like individual that like I don't know how else to describe it. The playstyle of it is so individual, with like the way that the license board works and the gambit system works, the way that you set up all your gambits and things like that. That's kind of like, once you get into the groove, it's brilliant, but like to get back into that groove is hard, you know, if you've been out of it. I think is the best way to describe it. If I like heal up here, am I even going to be able to like have enough PP to fight this thing? An Ultra Ball so that we can never catch any more Pokemon because we already have one Dunsparce and that's all we need. Hang on a second. Wait a minute. Maybe you're the mom of Geo. Maybe you're the one that like Giovanni had Geo with. Since you have like similar hair as well. Also, aren't you just like Mars too? Like another person who just looks like Mars. Yeah, basically the way Final Fantasy XII works, like you can play it manually, but who would, right? Like the way it works is that it's like an active, like action RPG, and you basically like program the game. You have what are called like gambits, which is basically your setup for how you want the game to play. So let's say for like Van, who's like one of the main characters, you set it up so that like you tell his character if the enemy is 100% HP or less, you attack, or if the enemy is like 100 HP, 100% HP, then like steal from it. If your ally is under 40% HP, use Curaga or something like that, and then you just kind of like wind them up and watch them go, you know? You can always override whatever the gambits are doing if you want to, but usually you like set it up the way that you want it to be set up, you know? That's what I mean by like the way that like the boss battles and like the hunts and things like that, they feel like a puzzle, because a lot of the time it's about like figuring out. Also, Vileplume, I love you. It's about like figuring out what works, like what gambit system will work. So you'll go in and you'll figure out, okay, this like enemy is weak to blind. Like blind is a huge one in Final Fantasy XII. There are lots of like bosses and enemies that are like susceptible to it, and it makes a lot of battles a lot easier. So you'll be like, okay, well, I want this character's gambit to say if like such and such enemy blah blah blah, then use blind or whatever, you know. So yeah, that's the way. That's pretty much the way it works. You kind of like program your party and then you like wind them up and watch them go. So it's like really nice because it feels like nice and fast. You don't like the gameplay doesn't get interrupted all the time by like, why am I going this way? Your gameplay doesn't get interrupted by like having to go into random battles. It doesn't break up the flow. You literally can just like walk around like that's why I said like Legends Arceus feels like the Final Fantasy XII of Pokemon games, because your flow doesn't really like get like broken up. You're just like wandering around like attacking things and catching things, and it's the same in Final Fantasy XII. You're just kind of like wandering around like fighting stuff and killing stuff, you know. So and like you can have like gambits set up and like turned off, so you can have like one set up and turned off and then turn them on when it becomes like relevant and all this kind of stuff. There's an awful lot to it. Like I think like it sounds like really intimidating because it's like, what the hell is he talking about? But like that's what I mean. You get into the groove of it and you get to understand it, but then once you get out of the loop, like I always find it like impossible to get back into it, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll start a new game, you know. What I love about it though is that there's just so much content. Like there's like the rare monsters that just show up randomly under specific conditions. Like, oh, if there's like just random monsters where if it's raining in this area, there's like a 5% chance that this random monster will show up, and you're like, oh my god, cool. So like if you're the kind of person who who loves like filling out bestiaries or whatever, like Final Fantasy 12 is like the game of your dreams. Like if you love kind of like filling out, like seeing every enemy, fighting every boss, fighting every like hunt mission, all the rest of it, like Final Fantasy 12 will make you weak at the knees. That's what it's all about. Who the fuck are you? Are you like the new rocket boss? Am I ready for this? Oh, Archer. I completely forgot all these dweebs. Yeah, you missed, so you missed the Mahogany Gym. It actually went really, really fast because I'm like twice the level of all the Pokemon we're fighting. It doesn't matter who we are, all that matters is our plan. Well, at least you can talk. Executive Archer is a snappy dresser, I've got to give him that. Oh my god. So I guess all that's left now is we do this, then we head on to Blackthorn City. Rinse Claire? Wishful thinking. Seriously. I don't think that's going to be as easy as I think it is going to be. XP requirement for getting rank 10. I'm still... Oh my god. There's like so much in like in Legends Arceus. Like I just kind of love it. Like I love any game like that, like I said, where you can just kind of get lost in it and like time becomes an illusion or whatever. Like it just becomes like like Breath of the Wild was the same. Like you can just spend hours just wandering around and you see something new or some other new place, or oh my god, there's this Pokemon, or oh my god, I want to go there. Do you see those mountains? You can go to those mountains. That's what it is. Flail? What kind of Pokemon learns Flail at level 53? Like, what the hell? No. Keep old moves. Eat Patty. Give up on Flail. What the hell? We can't have you getting in the way of our needs. Our needs of our resurgence reaches Giovanni. Like, I don't know, like, I'm not surprised that you, like, glitched over some hill or whatever, because, like, I spent so much time in Legends Arceus riding on Weird Ear and just, like, trying to force myself up every hill possible. Like, I spent ages being like, oh, there must be a way to do this. There must be a way to do this. Like, spending, like, 20 minutes on some random mountain being like, I must be able to get up there. There must be a way to get up there. Like Giovanni has done before me, I will disband Team Rocket here today. Farewell! Well, that's the end of the Team Rocket storyline. That was not as exasperating as I thought it was going to be. I have, like, memories of this Team Rocket, like, part. Like, going on forever and just being annoying. You're well worth this. Please take it. A rainbow wing. I suppose that's for catching Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh-Oh-Oh. Ho-Oh-Oh-Oh. Is this guy Mr. Pokemon? Is that this guy's name? With only that rainbow wing, there's something else you need. Something like that. Something I don't care about. Oh my god. I just want to... Just, yeah, go to your office. Leave me alone. All I want to do is become a Pokemon Master. That's all. Just me and my Dunsparce. Me and my Dunkleo stews. There's this video that I can't find that I've been trying to find. Is there not a character called Mr. Pokemon in this? Am I, like, making that up? Is that not the first guy you go and talk to in the game? His name is Mr. Pokemon? Like, am I not, like, am I dreaming this? I swear, there's like a character in this called Mr. Pokemon. There's this video that I've been trying to find again that I can't find, where, do you know, there's like some like fossil, like, called Dunkleosteus or Dunkleosteus or whatever, and you get a fossil of it in like Animal Crossing. There's this like video, it's like some like Vine style video of these two guys playing Animal Crossing, and then they get a fossil and they see that it's this fossil, and they like try to say the name. It's almost like the Free Shavakadu video. It's like a variation on the Free Shavakadu video, where it's like they see it and they obviously struggle with how do you say that, but they've committed to saying it at the time already. So they're like, I got a Dunkleosteus, like that, like that. I don't know. It's like hard to like say like why it's funny. Well, time to withdraw one sparse, or none sparse, sorry. Egg sparse. What was I on when I was naming these Pokemon? Yeah, see, that's Mr. Pokemon. He's the guy that you go and visit, and Professor Oak is there, and he's like, oh, I'm Professor Oak. I'm just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. Jimmy Carter's asleep on the couch. I'll be the janitor, and you'll be the janitor's wife, and we'll live together in the utility room. So yeah, like, I think, like, for this playthrough, I'm totally going to do, like, the Kanto section as well. I think you can't do, like, you know, for, like, the bug catcher run, I didn't do the post-game of, like, Gen 4 of Pokemon Platinum, because I felt like it was, like, irrelevant. Like, all it is like more battles. There's no kind of real story to it per se. But I feel like doing the main game, like the main storyline of, like, the Johto storyline of Gen 2 or like of Silver, Gold and Silver, and not doing the Kanto section is like it would be a travesty. You can't do one without the other. There is no way that you can, like, do the Johto part and not do the Kanto part. It's just meant to be. Yeah, I never did the, like, what's it called? I can't remember what the area is called. Like, there's Iron Island, and there's the Frontier Zone, or whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Something like that. So will this guy finally let me get past without having to buy a candy bar? Come on, Dunsparce, lay it on me. What the hell? You're legit in the water? What? What are you doing in the water? Like, why? What are you doing? Like, literally just, like, swimming in the water? Just gonna throw an Ultra Ball at you. Well, that didn't work. Why is it in the water? Like, what? I didn't know that could even happen. I didn't know you could, like, encounter them in the water. I got the random encounter and I heard the music and I was like, hey, you, Suicune, did you know that your, like, pissant brother, Raikou, was just, like, swimming around in the water over there? I heard the music and I was like, what? That sounds like the legendary dog music. But it can't be because I'm in the water. Also, does anybody remember how, like, fucked up Raikou's, like, sprite looked in the Gen 2 games in, like, Gold and Silver? Like, it looked so weird. Its face looked like some sort of, like, weird, like, monster cat or something like that. I don't know. It's, like, so hard to describe how wrong it looked. Is there, like, a story behind that? I'd love it. Did somebody just, like, draw the sprite wrong and, like, it just made its way through quality control by accident? Like, how did that happen? That'll be the topic of my next investigative podcast. Hang on a second, I need to, like, go in here and go out again to fix whatever glitch crap is going on here. Hey everybody, this is the route where you can catch Mantine and Remoraid. Isn't it funny how, like, there's certain information is just ingrained in your memory? I'm like, this is the route where you can catch Mantine and Remoraid. And Lickitung. There's, like, grass there that you can get, like, there's grass there that you can get Lickitung in as well. Yeah, he's, like, squatting down for some reason. I don't know if he's, like... I don't know if he's, like, like, I always saw it as he's, like, squatting down, like, he's squaring up, like he's, like, an Olympic wrestler or whatever. Can you catch Mankind? I don't know if you can catch Mankind. But yeah, like, speaking of Mankind, like, that's what, like, Raiko's face looks like. It might as well be wearing that weird, like, leather Mankind mask on its face. It just looks so, like, janky. I need to, like, show you because, like, I need to show you what this looks like. Like, Raiko... Like, it looks so, like, I can't figure out, like, where it's such, like, a being of inexcusable horror. Is the only way I can describe it. Save image to downloads. It's a being of inexcusable horror is like the only thing I could think of to describe it. Hang on a second. Image, Raiko. Okay. Browse. Okay, downloads. Where is it? Where is this thing? Where is it? It's so fucking small. Like, what the hell is it? Like, what the... There's, like, something wrong with it. Like, it's like... Who did this? Like, you thought I was, like, exaggerating. That's literally what it looks like. It's just, like, a horrific looking thing. Like, it's, like, so, like, wrong. It's just, like, it's so mutated and mutilated and, like, what is it supposed to be? It's oh my god, I know what it looks like. Oh, I know what it looks like. Hang on a second. Dog, cat, face, swap. It totally looks exactly like this one, like, one picture I'm thinking. It looks so much like it. Oh my god, wait till you see this. Where is it? One of my favorite images of all time. Wait till you see it. Like, this is I'm gonna, like, put these two, like, side by side just so you can see, like, what I'm saying here. So there's this one image of, like, a dog that someone did of, like, a dog and a cat face swap. So there's, like, a cat and a dog literally, like, sitting on the floor next to each other, and, like, someone did, like, a face swap on them, and, like, it's one of those pictures where, like, the more you look at it, just, like, the more ridiculously funny it gets. It's just, like, hilarious. Dog, cat, face, swap. And that's it, like, the dog with the cat's face is what, like, that Raikou sprite looks like. Cancel, wait a second. Dog, cat, face. I need to, like, change the properties. Save, wait a second. Browse. I thought I, like, downloaded you. Hang on a second. Save to downloads. like, do you see what I mean? Like, this. Just, like, the more you look at that, like, dog with the weird cat's face, the funnier it looks. And then you have like this cat, this furry cat, with this really like derpy looking dog face looking to the side. Like, it's, the more you look at it, the funnier it is. Like, and honestly, that Raikou sprite is just like that dog. It's just that dog with the weird cat face. It's too, I can't, like, I'm ashamed by how accurate this is. It's just like, it's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. It's too much. Anyway, let's maybe continue here. I got so distracted. Wait a second. I got too distracted. Wait a second. What are we doing here? Oh. I'm not fighting you. I feel like I've like reached the point where I can decide to just not fight every trainer. I think having like a level 50 something Dunsparce is enough. But you want to know what the crazy thing is? About like how jank the level scaling is? Like my like I've fought like every trainer I've come across and my Pokemon is like level 53. If I like divided that by 6, my Pokemon will be so fucking under-leveled at this point. Like, if I had like 6 Pokemon in my party, I would be struggling to keep them up to like a sufficient level at this point without doing grinding, and that's like the annoying part of it. I still don't know what my strategy is going to be for the Elite Four. Now that I think of it. Like, I think, like, who's the first one? Will? Like, Will is the first one. Legit, probably, like, the most forgettable Elite Four member of all time. Will is the first one, then isn't it Koga? Is it Koga or Bruno? So, like, randomly, like, Bruno is still there, and then, like, Koga has become an Elite Four. And then there's, like, there's, like, Bruno and Koga, and then Karen, who has, like, probably the party that's gonna kick my ass. Like, because Karen's Pokemon just know, like, Curse. Curse is the one attack that just destroys me because I only have one Pokemon. So literally, if I send my Pokemon out and her first Pokemon is like something like Haunter, I'm trying to think of like what her party is though. Is it something like, no, I don't think she even has like ghost Pokemon, does she? I don't think she has anything that knows Curse. I think her party is like really weird. It's like Vileplume and Houndoom, Mozart, Paul, Blart, Go-Kart, Acceleration. What was that, like, Red Hot Chili Peppers song I was talking about the last time? I think she has, like, she definitely has, like, Vileplume and Houndoom are, like, the two that I know that she has. So maybe she'll be okay. This might be alright. I feel like it would probably be a good idea to know, like, Ice Beam or Blizzard or something. Like, I'm thinking maybe... No, you can't have my number. I'm just a boy. Like, I'm thinking probably the way to go is just, like, all-out offensive and have, like... Oh my god, this music is so good. I love it. Like, Gengar? Holy shit. Yeah, it might know Curse. Curse is, like, my Achilles heel. Because, like, one, it's so fucking... It just starts the death spiral. It takes off like a fuck ton of your HP every turn. I have no way to get rid of it because I can't switch out. It's just unbelievable. So I'm thinking like maybe, like, where do I get an Earthquake TM in this game? Like, where can I get an Earthquake TM? I should probably use Repel, by the way. Do I have any Repels? Of course not. Oh no, I have a Super Repel. I can use one of them. The, am I literally just, like, killing this, like, puzzle right now. There we go. Oh my god. I feel like seriously, what the hell is up with me, like, one-shotting these ice puzzles? I feel like I'm in the fucking Queen's Gambit, looking up at the sky. Like, looking up at the ceiling, seeing the chess pieces move on the ceiling or something. Yeah, too right, I'm keeping it. Fuck you. Finders keepers, losers weepers. Oh, do I have something that knows strength? Can Totodile learn strength, please? Do I even have the strength HM? Where do I even get that? I must have it, surely, right? Yes, thank you. Can Totodile learn strength, please? Can Togepi learn strength? No! Am I literally going to have to, like, catch something that can learn strength? I'm not, like, teaching Dunsparce strength. Are there any Pokemon that I can find here that can learn it? Delibird? Can I find Delibird here? Can Delibird learn strength? A burger that has strength? Of course I used the Super Repel, and now I need to find a Pokemon. There we go. Yeah, I know. I was thinking that as well. Oh yeah, Swinub. That's a good point. Swinub can very probably learn it. We'll try it anyway, why not? The hard part is going to be, like, not killing this thing and still being able to catch it. That's actually going to be the hardest part of this. Okay, we have 3 chances to catch this thing. God, what a relief. Oh my god. What a relief. Now I just have to hope that this thing can learn strength. Good call though, Empolo, because this thing probably can. Yes. Your name is Pigsparce. Yeah, I'm thinking though, where can I get like an Earthquake TM in this game? Because that's what I was wondering. I was like, can I not just like have my Dunsparce know like Fire Blast, Thunder, Blizzard, Earthquake? Like what a Gen 1 like 8-year-old moveset. Like that's the kind of like moveset I had on like a Mewtwo when I was 9 years old. Earthquake, Blizzard, Thunder, Fire Blast. Seriously. Oh my god. Yes, nice one, Pigsparce. Because I'm thinking, like, honestly, that's probably, like, my best shot is just, like... Wait a second, how do I do this? Here I am, like, bigging myself up, being like, oh, it's like the Queen's Gambit. I can just see it on the ceiling, and I can't, like, see this stupid, like, rock puzzle at all. I should have bought more repels. I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. But yeah, I think, like, my way to beat the Elite Four will just have to be to, like, brute force it, you know? Like, how am I supposed to do this? Yeah, use Strength, Pigsparce. I'm wondering, is this just me being getting confused by the perspective? Like, cause there's no way I'm getting that in there, right? This is like too much for me right now. I'm like never gonna be able to do this. Unless I do it like this way. Maybe. The ice puzzle? Like, lay it on me. The rock puzzle? No way. Maybe this way? Yeah, that's it. So that's one. Bingo, the card key opened the door. So that's one down. Let me see if I can figure out the rest of this crap. I really do think it's like the fact that like these DS games, they have like a weird like 45-degree perspective, which just makes everything kind of crazy. Okay, let me puzzle this out for a second here. Like, it's not just as simple as this, is it? I guess it is as simple as that. There we go. I'm so glad that I'm just, like, barely figuring this out by the time I see the chats come through in the chat room. Okay, well, this fucked me. Hang on a second. Let's leave that one for later, viewers. No, I think like the Seafoam Island one is a lot more complex, probably. These, it's just like a couple of things to get them into the hole, and then you're golden. I kind of wish I had brought more repels, because this is like going to get very old very fast. Also, in the background on my computer screen, I still have like the Google image search up, like in the background for like dog cat face swap. So like that Raikou dog is just like constantly like leering at me from the right hand side of the screen while I'm playing this. It's just not nice. Like, surely this must be right? And then up here. Okay, I've got this one. I know what way to do it. It's the other one, and I need to like go back and figure it out. Do I have, like, no other repels? Amanda, please. Hang on a second. Oh, I have a max repel. Sanctuary. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, so this last one that I can't figure out, I'll need to, like, reset it anyway. Okay, hang on a second. How are we going to do this? Ah! Oh my god. That thing happened again where I accidentally, like, for some reason my internet window became like the main window in front of everything else, but because it was like the dog cat face swap Google image search, it was just like loads of pictures all of a sudden of like cat dog face swaps. And it just kind of shocked me. My god. My heart can't take it. Okay, how are we going doing this puzzle? Because literally, if I push it like up to the top... Oh, but I can go back around, can't I? Like, if I push it, like... Oh, well, that's obvious then. Okay, because I can come back around from the other side, right? I push it all the way up to the top here. And then I, like, come back around here. Up and down and all around. There we go. The boulder fell down. Now just one more ice puzzle to sort out. A load of items we don't care about. Even though that max potion will probably end up saving my life someday or something. Just give me a second here. There we go. I never did all of Oracle of Ages. I was an Oracle of Seasons boy. I need to do, like, Oracle of Ages. Is that just, like, Never Melt Ice over there? I feel like Never Melt Ice could be good. But I feel like I will never take the Quick Claw off of Dunsparce, even though, like, to be honest, like, I'll probably end up being, like, faster than everything just by virtue of being so over-leveled, but I feel like I'll still never take the Quick Claw off of Dunsparce. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if I do go and, like, put, like, Blizzard onto Dunsparce to take out Lance, hopefully. What is, like, the point of this ice puzzle part over here? Oh, is that the Never Melt Ice, maybe? Oh, that's Avalanche. Well, there we go. Yeah, so what's the... Isn't the annoying thing that, like, aren't like, so Blizzard, Thunder, and Fire Blast you can just buy in the shop, right? But aren't, like, Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, and Ice Beam, like, you have to get them with the game corner, isn't it? I think. Yeah, like, I'm not sure I'm, like, up for that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm up to that. I don't think I'm ready for this jelly. What's that item down there? There's no way this item is that great that I'm going to, like, do all this for it. Fuck it. Whatever that is, it's not worth, like, my time. What even is that? If you look it up and tell me what it is and it's something that's amazing, I will go back and do it. But there's like literally like a 99.9% chance it's something I don't give a shit about. It's this bitch again. Get out of my way. I'm trying to do an ice puzzle. She's stuck? What? What the hell is going on in this game? Well, I think we can safely say I've missed the end of the Final Fantasy IV LP at this point. Well, that's how I get this item. Do I have to save her? Can I not just, like, leave her there? I'm pushing you. Yeah, I'm pushing you now. Get out of my way. It's just a vitamin. Snore. Thanks for checking. I can sleep easy tonight. Whatever it is, that zinc or whatever it was. Oh my god, this music again. Oh. Let's just enjoy it before we get into this random battle. This is so good, like literally like my favorite. Oh no, that's not a battle. Okay. It's just somebody that's like the Hall of Gratuitous Praise. I love this town theme. The Azalea / Blackthorn theme. Wow, well we got to Blackthorn City. I think we'll probably be leaving it off there for tonight because I don't feel like... I think we've done like a lot. We've already done like... We did Price's gym, we did the Rocket Hideout and Underground and Radio Tower and all that stuff. We did the Ice Path. And in the next video, we're pretty much going to be taking on Claire. So... like I'm wondering, like I need to, I need to look up how I get Earthquake, because I would totally rock that like 9-year-old Harry Gen 1 Mewtwo moveset of Earthquake, Thunder, Fire Blast, Blizzard on this Dunsparce, like, and just have like the god tier moveset. How are you doing, by the way? Dunsparce is staring intently at the mountain. What a poet. Anyway. Thank you so much for coming out to the stream this evening. It was really great to have you here. I'll probably stream again tomorrow, to be honest, since I have the time, and we'll do more of we'll do the Blackthorn City gym, and stuff like that. It's going to be really, really fun. And let me just think. Let me just check, is Conan still streaming? He's probably not, because he's probably finished already. Oh no, he's not. Wait a second, does that mean... How do I do this raid thing? How do I do this? Help me figure out this raiding thing, how it works. Do I just go to my channel? So, wait a second, I can hear my voice. This is my voice on TV. Does that work? Typing that? I'm gonna try it right now. Do I have to have, like, something for... Oh, it works. And then I put the brackets. Space. This is totally not going to fucking work. Wait a second. So I put yeah, I want to do this command, and then I want to do... I'm trying to make this work. This is like literally the first time I've done this. Does the name have to be in brackets or not? There's buttons in the dashboard that can do the same thing. Let me try the dashboard. The creator dashboard. Because it feels like these buttons are probably designed for idiots like me that don't know what they're doing. Let me see. A button. Stream manager. Manager mode. Yeah, whatever. Ah, there's a big button that says raid channel. Raid channel. Oh my god, I'm so glad there was a button for this. Raid. Bye. Is it still, is it it seems like it's working. Oh my god. It's like... It actually worked. Did it actually work? Oh my god. Did it work? I'm wondering whether it worked. I think he like literally like went offline literally a second later. Yeah, I think we were literally like 5 seconds too late. How fucking perfect. Literally like 5 seconds like too late. It was literally like live. It let me choose it because it was live, and then as soon as we like did it, it was just like, nope, I'm offline now. It's like... Oh my god, classic. That's so amazing. Anyway, it's the thought that counts, right? So maybe next time. Thanks everybody. And I might see you tomorrow. Bye bye.